Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Matfyz podcast, this time online. Today's guest is Tymofii Reizin, or Tim, a graduate of the Matfyz Bachelor's Program in Computer Science who has just started his first year at the University of Cambridge. Welcome, Tim, and great to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to be here too.
Perfect. So let's jump to the questions. When did you decide to pursue computer science?
Well, since my early childhood, like maybe kindergarten, like 4 or 5 years old, I was very interested in kind of this like math, science stuff, computers. Like initially, I was like computer games. Was interested in how to make them yourself, and like in general, interested in the general area. And then just over my growing up in school, I was interested in math a lot, informatics too, and physics also at that point, like all of the science. And it kept developing. Then in for fifth grade, I went to like a school that was a bit specializing in math. Yeah, and then for my eighth grade, I went to a school that was a lot specializing in natural sciences. So like there are different classes. Initially, it was all everything together, but starting from 10th grade, there were different classes: one for math and physics, one for chemistry and biology, one for informatics. And at that point, I was doing a lot of informatics Olympiads, and that was my favorite thing. Definitely, I stopped liking physics that much. I started liking more pure stuff. Yeah, but I went to the math and physics class because all of my friends went there, and it wasn't that big of a difference. Like it was just a couple lessons a week that were different, like the practical classes. Yeah, and then for the university, like doing informatics Olympiad, doing computer science university is a natural choice. Yeah, so that's how I ended up here.
Okay, so it was sort of straightforward.
Yeah.
And what brought you to the Czech Republic or to Matfyz, especially?
When the full-scale invasion started, initially I was planning to study in Ukraine, in probably Taras Shevchenko University in Kiev. But when the full-scale invasion started, that was not such a good option anymore. So I was looking for some universities abroad, and I had a friend who used to study at Matfyz too, a couple years older than me. And well, I met him on Discord from competitive programming, which is like Olympiads in informatics. And he said, "Oh yeah, you're looking for university. Matfyz here in Prague is a very good one. You should apply. Application is still open." And it was quite late in the spring already, so a lot of universities abroad have already closed their applications like half a year ago. So yeah, he said application is still open. Apply. So I applied, got in, and yeah, ended up here.
And what did Matfyz give you?
Well, Matfyz gave me a lot. Well, first of all, when I first came here, I thought I would be like sitting alone in my room studying all the time, nothing else. But I met a lot of great friends, who I'm really happy I met. Yeah, in Matfyz, I really liked that I could choose a lot of my courses and it was very flexible. So I didn't have to do like all of the like applied computer science stuff. I could do more theoretical stuff, more like combinatorics, more algorithms, theoretical algorithms and stuff. And I could take master's courses during my undergrad, which is also very interesting. Um, yeah, and a lot of connections to some other people, to other interesting people who are interested in computer science and math, to some professors and so on. Yeah, so it was very good experience.
And is it common to take like postgrad courses while you're still like undergrad student?
I mean, I guess not common for not common in general, but common for people who want to learn more, I guess.
Okay. Okay. And your bachelor's thesis tackled like theoretical limits of transformer attention under the set. Am I saying correctly? Set
Yeah, I mean,
conjecture? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So basically, everyone knows like the ChatGPT and Google Gemini and Claude and so on, all of these large language models, and under their hood, they're all using the so-called transformer architecture, which is like an architecture for neural networks that excels at natural language processing, and which started all of this boom of AI companies and AI models recently. And yeah, and so this attention Well, there are now a lot of things that I done differently there. There are like some sparse attention and so on. Yeah, but I was focusing more on like just pure thing where uh, you can do this attention in just some matrix multiplications, and you can do them in quadratic time. And it's an interesting question: can you try to do it faster to speed up the computation, to speed up your training, speed up your inference? And it turns out that according to that conjecture, is a strong exponential time conjecture, uh, hypothesis. It's in some complicated computer science theory. It says that if we assume this hypothesis, then no, it's not possible to approximate attention faster than quadratic time. Yes, and so I was looking in attention. We use some like e to the power of some score function of like so basically we're matching keys to key vectors to query vectors, like basically words. Some words are saying, okay, I want to gain this information from the context in the sentence around it, and some words saying, okay, I can give you this information. And so then we use key and queries, we like see how similar they are, and then based on that we determine how much information we get from each word in the context. And for that there is like a softmax function used that's used, and there's some exponentiation involved there. And I was looking, maybe we could use some different functions, like some polynomials, or some polynomials whose coefficients we are trying to learn during training of our neural network. And maybe in that case it's possible to do it faster than n squared. Well, it is possible, but the other question, if is it gonna work as well?
But is it like an advanced topic, sort of like for a bachelor's thesis?
Well, I know I have written only one bachelor thesis, so I don't have a lot of sample
Okay,
space to reason in. But
right.
uh,
And like, what drew you to that topic, or like, why did you choose it? Not just because it was popular, I guess.
so there was this one kind of like a research project, or like just a group of people, also initially who I met on competitive programming Discord, and there was this person who finished their PhD from Carnegie Mellon University, Timothy Hu, and they were interested in this kind of research, and they like start found some of us, like uh, either high schoolers or early university students who were interested in doing some kind of research. And we first started exploring like more theoretical computer science, like approximation algorithms, or I don't remember correctly, but it was some algorithms for maximum flow or minimum cut, something like that. And then I was looking for a bachelor thesis topic, and he said he was very interested also in this project, and said if I could try to do it.
Okay, and you tried. But was there like any challenge during your research? Have
Oh
you
well,
faced
yeah.
something?
There were a lot of challenges. First, like when I code something, run the code, it takes a lot of time, and then I realize I made some mistake and have to rerun the entire code, take even more time and multiple times.
Mm.
Repeat that. It was quite annoying. And then another thing, in some of the papers I was reading, like that strong exponential time hypothesis, the paper that was proving there, like I found a couple mistakes there that were like quite annoying. There weren't like any groundbreaking mistakes in the proof, but there were some annoying things that weren't exactly correct. That I had to fix myself, and that like you're reading the proof, you're swearing cursing. Why this no makes no sense, and then you need to spend time to realize how to fix it.
Okay. Um, but you've just started like your semester at Cambridge, right? But majoring in mathematics. So it's
Mhm.
sort of a change to what you studied before, or would you say it's actually not such a sudden change?
It's not that big of a change actually, because back in Prague at Matfyz, a lot of the computer science faculty does like combinatorics and discrete math, and like theoretical computer science algorithms, like graphs and so on. And here in Cambridge, combinatorics and stuff like that is part of the is part of the mathematics department. Uh, yeah, and so that's not that big of a change for me actually. Yeah, and I think I'm most interested in combinatorics now, but a lot of adjacent areas too. And yeah, uh, also like logic in Matfyz. A lot of people at the computer science are do logic. Like there is and here in Cambridge, it's also part of math department. So
Mm-hmm. And do you plan to continue with your like bachelor's research? Like, do you want to follow it or do you want to start something from the scratch?
yeah, I don't think I'm going to follow it. I feel like at this point, to do some meaningful research in AI, you need quite a lot of computational power, and also I feel like I'm now more drawn to some more theoretical things where I don't have to run experiments that much, where I can just like walk around my room and think. And yeah, it's so yeah, I'm probably going to stick to combinatorics.
Okay. And what helps you think?
I don't know. Walking around the room helps me think. Like when I'm sitting down, it feels more difficult, but I would just get up and start pacing around the room back and forth and just thinking. And yeah, I don't think anything else helps me a lot with that. Just sometimes, sometimes thinking goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you feel tired and your brain like shuts off and doesn't have enough like RAM, like random access memory, to
Yeah.
remember of the things you need at the moment. So you're just okay. Yeah, I'll continue later.
Yeah, it's about timing. Yeah, and mindset as well. Maybe talking about mindset, like, was there any mentor or teacher who sort of like influenced you, like in your development in mathematics or computer science, who is like an inspiration to you?
Well, I feel like my biggest development in this in sciences in general, like scientific thinking, was when I went to around eighth grade or something in school. That's when I went to my last school that I went. I went to three schools. That's the last one. It was very focused on Olympiads and math and sciences and informatics and so on. And I feel it was like the most important change. Not maybe specifically due to some specific teachers there, but just the environment and what I was in, and all the other kids there were also very interested in stuff, very smart, very goal oriented. So that's like got me into the Olympiad area, because before that I was just like doing some district level Olympiads in math, and that's it. Like I was never training, not solving any problems besides the Olympiads. But when I go
Okay.
to the school, I actually found out, yeah, people actually train for those. They solve some problems in their free time. They go to some extra classes and so on, and started doing that myself, and that helped me a lot. And I think was very very beneficial for my development. Yeah. Mm,
Was it like a competitive? Was it like a competitive environment?
I wouldn't like within the school itself. I wouldn't call it competitive. Then at the Olympiads themselves, when you go to like a city level Olympiad, yeah, it feels competitive, but you don't like it's competitive in the moment of you have 5 hours, you solve your problems. It's competitive then, but at that point, you don't interact with anyone. You just work in the problems yourself, and then right after the Olympiad, it's all friendly. You're like talking to other contestants, asking, "Oh, how did you solve this?" Or "I did this." And before the competition is also like kind of the same. Yeah, I'm studying up this topic to prepare, or I'm solving these tasks and so on.
I've actually read that you designed all the problems for the Ukrainian Olympiad in an AI in 2025. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well,
Okay. But you also trained the national team.
mhm.
Yeah. So, like, how did this opportunity come about? Like,
Well, my job here at Cambridge as a research assistant was kind of was basically coming up with problems for AI Olympiads. In This was like main thing I was doing. So this AI Olympiad started only previous year. So this was only second year they were hosting it, and previous year Ukraine did not participate, but this year we wanted to send a team, and for that we needed to hold some kind of election. And I know the person who is the main responsible person for the informatics Olympiads in Ukraine. And they know me, and so they knew I had this job, and so they asked me like if I can help them with setting the national competition, and I was happy to help. So yeah, that's how it came about. And then training the team is just another side of the same coin. We had some teachers from some Ukrainian universities also giving them some lessons. Yes.
and did you like it? Like, did you feel like a teacher that time or more like a coach?
Oh, yeah, more like a coach, I would say. I mean, I've given lectures at some Ukrainian camps before. Like I've given a lecture at Ukrainian preparation camp for IGOI and IJOI, I think, which is European Olympiads for girls and juniors in informatics. Also in my school in mm, 10th grade, I think, or 11th grade. I don't remember right now. It's been long ago. I was with my friend. I was teaching like an extra class for younger kids in my school in about like competitive programming and Olympiads in informatics.
Mm-hmm. And getting back to the Olympiad, like, what makes a good Olympiad problem? Like, what's in your opinion, like, the good
Uh,
one?
in my opinion, yeah, there is a lot of opinions on this. I feel like my opinion is maybe quite on the extreme end, but on the extreme end of the side most people are on. So I think the best problem is the one where you think much longer than you spend actually implementing the solution. So like the idea that like some or multiple core ideas are the main things, not the like boring details. So for example, for competitive programming, yeah, the more time you spend thinking and the less time you spend coding is the best.
Okay,
uh
I will remember that one.
yeah, because I mean, yeah, some people like long implementation problems. You just need to implement this standard data structure on top of another standard data structure, but I think those are a minority.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you've also ranked in the top 0.5% of code forces, which is an incredible achievement. So, like, I think we talked about it before, like a bit, like what mindset helps you to perform under like this kind of like pressure. I mean, I would call it competitive. Maybe you would
Mhm.
disagree with me. I don't know. But like, what helps you to maybe stay focused, stay concentrated?
No, I'm not sure if there is some specific thing that helps me. No, sometimes I have like motivation. Oh, I'm doing this round, or I'm doing really well. Then I'm motivated to do even better because I want to continue my success. And sometimes I'm doing the round and I'm failing miserably and can't solve the first problem. Start getting a bit sad. And sometimes like sometimes there are contests where I just like can't solve the first problem for an hour and I just like rage quit because I can't do this anymore. I don't care. So it's not always perfect. Sometimes the mindset is not what it should be. I think my mindset should be I can't solve the first problem. Okay, let it be. Solve the second one. Well, I'm that's what I'm trying to do nowadays, but it's not always possible. Yeah, sometimes your failures set your like you feel very sad and you just can't think about anything else, and it's uh, yeah, difficult to do something about it.
Okay. And also, like you've studied and done research in several countries. Maybe that also helps a bit. But like, namely, it was Ukraine, the Czech Republic, the US, and the UK. Like, do you feel that these environments like shaped your approach to learning and research or maybe solving problems as well?
Well, I don't think the actual country made that big of an impact. I feel like it's more about the people that are around you and the environment that you're in, not the country itself, but the people that, okay, yeah, the people that are around you. So, in a lot of places, yeah, in Ukraine, in my school, I was surrounded by a lot of like minded kids. All of my friends were doing Olympiads as well, and everyone was trying to get better and helping everyone else to get better too. Yeah, and a similar thing can be said about the US and UK and Czechia too. But in Czechia, my friends were not doing Olympiads themselves, but that was like a welcome change, I would say, because before that, I all of my friends were doing Olympiads, and now almost none of them were. And I think I learned a lot from them too, because I was like, this nerdy kid, and they taught me uh, some more human behaviors.
You became relaxed here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely gained a lot of like social skills from them, and from my time in the Czech Republic, it changed me a lot, and I think for a very, very good side. Yeah, and in the US, it was again back to this Olympiad focused environment. I would say, like my team had multiple IMO medalists on it. I think I was the only one who wasn't an IMO medalist. So yeah, it was very back to school times like. And here in the UK, it's kind of a mix of the two. Some of my friends are very, very smart, very, very good, much better than me, and some of them are just normal people who are having fun.
It's so nice how you describe your environment. and your people around you. And I'm actually glad that we help you to get more socialized because I would not say that Czech people are the biggest socializers themselves, but it's nice to hear that. Okay. So do you think there is a moment or a project in your life that became the turning point in your scientific path so far?
Well, as I've said earlier, I think the turning point was when I went to the my last school for eighth grade, where I just got into this very learning oriented environment with everyone on the same page, trying to be smarter, be better. Yeah, and I think that changed me a lot. Like, I don't if didn't go to that school, I don't think I would be anywhere near where I'm now. I
Mm.
don't think I would know, I don't know, a hundreds as much as I do now. And yeah, so that's, I think, what changed me the most. Yeah, but then, mm, as I said, also that I think the time in Czech Republic gave me a lot of social skills, and I think that's also very important in your life and scientific career too in general. I would say I became definitely much more open, much more, you know, talkative, and so on.
So you're talking to me just because of the Czech Republic.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, here I guess there is a much more direct connection too, but
Perfect. And what are your future plans then? Do you have any idea?
well, yeah. Currently, I want to do a PhD after I graduate, so I'm applying for PhDs now. Well,
Already?
starting. Well, in the UK, in Cambridge, a master's is only 1 year, so I'm gonna
Mm,
graduate in June of
my
2026. So if I want to do something next year, I have to apply already. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. You don't wanna say something and then it doesn't happen. So
mm, okay, but fingers crossed. And last but not least, like I've read that Rubik's cubes are your passion. So what is your personal record?
I used to be much more involved in that when I was a bit younger. Now I don't track my solves anymore. But if I remember correctly, my personal record was something around 20 seconds for a normal 3 by 3 cube. Yeah, but now I don't do it as often. I don't have that much time. Mm, yeah, and so now I probably would average like 40 or 50 seconds. Yes, but now I like more like different variants. So 4 by 4, like bigger sizes, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, and so
Right.
on, or other forms. So there are Rubik's cubes that have 12 sides called megaminx. It's in form of a dodecahedron. Yeah, I like those a lot too, and it's also very interesting to not look up the formulas because all of the formulas for all those puzzles are actually available online very easily. But it's much more interesting for me to not look up those formulas but try to figure out how to solve it yourself now.
Okay. But is it like that like when you're traveling somewhere you always have a Rubik cube or something similar in your
Well, yeah,
luggage?
yeah. I would usually, if I'm traveling, I would definitely take a Rubik's cube with me. Like if I'm on a plane or on a train, and don't have what to do, I would get the cube and start solving for fun.
I love it. Well, that's it. That's the end of today's episode. So I wish you all the best for Cambridge, but also for PhD, and hopefully we'll see you in Prague one day.
Yeah, hopefully I'll come back to Prague too. I really like the city; it's very good.
You're glad. Thank you so much.
Thank you.